Let's do our getting ready to read song all together. Eyes are watching, ears are listening, voices quiet, bodies calm. This is how we listen, this is how we listen at story time, at story time. This is called Harold and the Purple Crayon. You got it, dude.
Yeah.
I figured you'd be excited about this. This is by our friend Crockett Johnson. I am, but I got to be a guest reader today, and we're all wearing masks, so we're safe, right?
I know I am wearing my mask.
You got it.
I do
All right.
not wear a mask at home.
Take a seat. Well, you're with your family at home, so
I
then
don't
that's
wear a
safe.
mask at home.
Because that's your family, right?
Yeah, I am Abby and Annie. They do when we go to
That's right.
school.
All right, everybody take a deep breath.
Let's go.
Tell your brain to listen. One evening, after thinking it over for some time, Harold decided to go for a walk
Here, look,
in the moonlight.
look.
There wasn't any moon, and Harold needed a moon for a walk in the moonlight, and he needed something to walk on.
This one. This one.
Take a seat, take a seat.
Okay.
He made a long, straight path so he wouldn't get lost, and he set off on his walk, taking his big purple crayon with him. Can you see the big purple crayon in his hands? He's creating the world as he goes for his walk. But he didn't seem to be getting anywhere on the long, straight path, so he left the path for a shortcut across the field, and the moon went with him. The shortcut led right to where Harold thought a forest ought to be. He didn't want to get lost in the woods, so he made a very small forest with just one tree in it. If you were going to make a forest, would you do just one tree or would you do more trees?
I could do one tree.
Just
Because
one?
I got so many trees with the real
Oh my gosh.
outside.
Look at this. He started with the trunk and then he did this part. It turned out to be an apple tree. The apples would be very tasty, Harold thought, when they got
And he's
red.
climbing.
It's so fun. Oh, he put a frightening dragon under the tree to guard the apples. It was a terribly frightening dragon. That would make me say, I'm going to stay away from those apples. It even frightened Harold. He backed away, his hand holding the purple crayon shook.
Oh, he got so scared it shook. What did it do to the line?
Is it a straight line anymore?
Is it a straight line?
I don't think so.
It is.
Suddenly he realized what was happening. But by then, Harold was over his head in the ocean.
Oh my.
What did he draw?
An ocean.
An ocean. I wonder how he'll get out of the water.
Yeah, he's a baby.
He kind of looks like a baby. Is that because he doesn't look like he has much hair? And he's in jammies.
Hey!
He came up thinking fast. And in no time, he was climbing aboard a trim little boat.
He makes everything move.
He's like a spider.
That's right. He quickly set sail.
It was the same.
And that's right. And the moon sailed along with him.
Oh, yeah.
After he had sailed long enough, Harold made land without much trouble. He stepped ashore on the beach, wondering where he was.
You need to be on your bottom shelf. Why
The
you can't
sandy
see.
beach reminded Harold of picnics, and the thought of picnics made him hungry. So he laid out a nice, simple picnic lunch.
Oh.
Have you ever been to a picnic on the beach?
Yeah.
Yes, you have. There was nothing but pie.
Yes, pie.
Do you like pie? I see that. I hope you feel better soon. The Band-Aid will
All
help.
the pie.
That's right, but there were all 9 of the kind of pies that Harold liked best.
Honey, Look at the pies that Harold's made.
When Harold finished his picnic, there was a lot left. He hated to see so much delicious pie go to waste.
So what did he do you think?
Who's going to eat the pie?
Giraffe?
He's
A
drawing
giraffe,
somebody.
maybe?
Yeah, I can see the giraffe head, but
That
not
was-
the rest.
Oh, let's see. Oh, he left a very hungry moose
Booze.
and a deserving porcupine. And off he went, looking for a hill to climb to see if he could see his house. Harold knew the higher up he went, the further he could see, so he decided to make the hill into a mountain. Would you climb a mountain?
Nino.
No, if he went high enough, he thought he could see his bedroom window. He was tired. And he felt like he ought to be getting to bed. He hoped he could see his bedroom window from the very, very tip top of the mountain. But as he looked down over the side of the mountain,
And then he fell.
he fell, he slipped, and there wasn't another side to the mountain. He was falling into thin air. But luckily, he kept his wits and his purple crayon, and he made a balloon and grabbed onto it. Can you see the big round balloon? And he made a basket under the balloon, big enough to stand in. He had a fine view from the balloon, but he still couldn't see his window, and he couldn't see his house.
Just put my mask, the other one on myself.
I'm
Wow,
listening
so
right
he
now.
made a
Tell me
house
more.
with windows,
On myself.
and he landed the balloon on the grass in the front yard. None of the windows was his window.
Oh dear. Oh.
So he tried to think where his window ought to be. He made some more windows.
More windows.
More windows.
More windows.
He made
Yeah.
lots of buildings. When you're sitting, I can show you. When you're sitting, I can show you. He made lots of buildings full of so many windows.
Oh my goodness.
He made a whole city full of windows.
City, yeah.
A city.
City.
But none of the windows was his window. He just couldn't think where it might be. He decided to ask a policeman. The policeman pointed the way Harold was going anyway, but Harold thanked him. As he walked along with the moon,
Yeah.
wishing he was in his room and in his bed, suddenly Harold remembered.
Yes.
He remembered.
Yeah.
Do you think he's going to find his house?
Yes.
He remembered where his bedroom window was when there was a moon. It was always right around the moon.
Yes.
Oh yay.
And then Harold made his bed. And he got in and drew up his covers.
Yes.
The purple crayon dropped to the floor, and Harold dropped off to sleep.
Oh my goodness.
Can you pretend to be asleep like Harold? What a relaxing
Yes.
story.
And
Thank you for listening.
The
The
end.
end.